Hello, hello. I don't know what happened. I have my MiFi here and everything, and for whatever reason, it would not let me load. The one time I'm really early, it won't let me load on. But anyhow, hello everyone, and welcome to Glow Live. Oh my goodness, I got so many responses on the video that I did a couple days ago about how they cheated me and so many other people out of our full Social Security by this scam they came up with. Reagan was in office called windfall elimination. And apparently there were, well, they estimate between 2 and 3 million people who are impacted by it. Can you imagine how much money they saved and didn't pay out by cheating us out of what was rightfully ours? Anyhow, how is everyone going? And we'll talk about that a little later, but how is everyone doing? Did everyone have a great Christmas, I hope, or holiday and Hanukkah? Oh my goodness. Hey, Boomer in the Burbs. Hi, Marta. You're the first one in the house, Marta, one of my moderators. And Boomer in the Burbs, you're right behind her. Oh my goodness. Hey, Liddell, how are you? Oh my goodness. Vaughn's on a roll is here too. You were here for our dessert live last on Christmas. I don't know if I'm gonna do a New Year's Day live. I think I'm just gonna spend that day with Jessica because she's saying I'm spending too much time on my YouTube and not enough with her. So I think I'm gonna devote that day just to her, but I'll have a good video that I will hook you guys up with. So so I will not be having a live on New Year's Day, but whew, I tell you. I just feel invigorated. I don't know. I have this thing with this windfall has just given me an enthusiasm shot. Have you ever had that? Who's calling me? Let's see. Oh, it's Cat's Goldens. I'll have to tell her I'll call her back. Okay. All right. Remember Cats? She had the what was it? The trailer that she was parked on the side of the road, and she got her own apartment, a low income apartment. Well, that was her calling me. So I'll have to check and see how she's doing. I know she's been ill and going to have surgery, but whew, a lot going on. But hey, who else? Hey, Nora, my wonderful moderator who's been here forever. Thank you. And Miss Net, another moderator. Oh my goodness. Yes, happy holidays and yes, healthy New Year to all of you. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Hi, Shilas. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. Oh, my brother Donald's in the house. I called you, Donald, but I didn't reach you yesterday, so we talk almost every day. You know, we talking to each other almost every day. Um, Everyone is saying hello to everyone. Oh my goodness. Maggie says, wonder if her connection is, it was glitching. It was, I got here in time because Jessica, I decided I'm going to do it down here at the post office because Jessica had some packages she wanted to mail. And we had some running around. I thought, I'll just get it to her before the post office closes at 4 today. And I was thinking, I wonder if there's some kind of thing in the post office where it's, I don't know, but it just would not let me connect to my MiFi. Although I was able to go on YouTube Studio, I don't know. You you guys, I don't have any technical know-how, so I cannot explain it. But it finally, I turned it off. I turned the computer off and went back in, and then it finally connected to the Wi-Fi. But hey, Graham, how's it going down under from Jury, Australia? And how are you liking your new rig? Are you getting used to it and getting acclimated to it? Brenda Burner's in the house. Oh my goodness, all the regulars. Whoo, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what I did? I left Christmas Day. My goddaughter told me, she goes, go make sure, she gives me these aluminum pans. And she said, pile in enough for you and Jessica to eat off for 2 or 3 days because there was so much food left over. I said, okay. And I'm so absent-minded. I went and talked to Jessica, got distracted. We went, got in the car, left, drove off. And as I'm halfway home, I'm like, I didn't get our to-go our to-go pan of food. I was so annoyed with myself because I tell you, if you saw my video the other day that I did, at the end of it, I tagged and I put a picture of the spread. Whoo, I tell you, it was some of everything, and it was so delicious, and I was so you don't know how sad I was that I left that food. But then I thought, hey, I need to get back on the wagon because my cholesterol is high and is high, so it's probably for the best, but my daughter made some. She made these. Ooh, they were the best scalloped potatoes I have ever tasted. She made them with cream, rich cream, and she shredded up some fresh Parmesan cheese, and I could have had a meal off just those. They were so good. Oh well, oh well. What can I say? Uh Everyone's saying hello. Hey, Diane, hello, hello, and Caroline Hannah, hello. Maggie says my van in Arizona, has an electrical problem, so may not be able to go to the RTR. Anyone know a good mechanic that understands electric in Arizona? I don't, Maggie. I don't, but I'm sure there's someone out there who does. There's so many people out there. There are some mobile mechanics, but you do have to be careful because I know someone who hired a mobile mechanic. They took her money, didn't fix it, in fact, made it worse. So you just have to be really, really careful. I'm trying to think who it was. I saw someone online who said they were able to in fact, there was someone Bob Wells just interviewed, a guy that was in a van that he built out, and I wonder if he's going to be in courtside because he hooked up his own um mini split. He completely redid his engine or everything in his van. So I wonder if he will be. You might go on Bob Wells' video of this guy who completely rebuilt this. Looks like an E350 or something, and see if he has a contact for him on there, and maybe you can reach out to him because it sounded like he really was knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. But there'll be people out there. It's just a matter of finding them and getting in contact with people. But you're saying, where is your van in Arizona? Because that makes a big difference exactly where you're located, Maggie. Hey, CW Style. Hello, hello. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Spirit Wind View. Hello to you. Oh, Stella's in the house. Adele here. Oh, hello, Adele. Oh, my goodness. Graham says, I was at the park practicing with my boomerang. I couldn't help but wondering why it kept getting bigger, and then it hit me. Graham, I'm going to put you on timeout. I'm going to put you in a corner on timeout. CW says, I enjoyed your Christmas with family. I enjoyed the dessert time. I hope I did enjoy my Christmas with family. I meant to, record some of it, but maybe it's just my age. Maybe it's my nerves. But there were like maybe 10 kids at this gathering. Honestly, when I was a kid, we would go to Christmas and we would sit down. We might play with a few toys quietly, among ourselves, but you barely knew that we were there. Holy crap. These kids were running around this place like banshees, jumping on the sofas. I mean, I was like, holy Toledo. I don't know what's happening with kids nowadays, but that would never, never, never in a million years have gone by when I was growing up. I mean, we would not even have considered behaving like that. I mean, they were running around like they were out on a track or something. It was unfriggin' believable. And, parents seemed to just be, da-de-da. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I had to bite my tongue. It was not my kids, and I don't typically correct other people's children, but I'm looking at the parents and looking at the kids, and I'm like, do you not see this? But I mean, it's one thing to have kids running wild and acting, wild in your home, but it's another thing to go to someone else's house and do that. Is it just me or what? I don't know. But anyhow, what can I say? It was what it was. I mean, it didn't ruin Christmas, but I felt like going out into my van and sitting in my quiet van. Hey, Wind says, question, do you mind sharing what editing program you use for these videos? Oh yeah. I use KineMaster, Kine. I think that's what it's called. Kine. Let me see. Let me see what it is. And I'll tell you, Lisa from Outdoor Travels, they're about a year old, but she did an entire series on how to edit on KineMaster. She did one for Android phones and one for iPhones. And she's the one who taught me. And I tell you, she sat down with me for about an hour. We sat down in a pie shop in Julian. She showed me how to do it. And within an hour, I had it. I mean, I did have to, yeah, it's KineMaster. Kine. I don't know, but that's the icon for it there. KineMaster, KineMaster. And for my thumbnails, I did try Thumbnail Maker, but I really like Canva, Canva. And they're both very, 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 let me tell you something. You guys know I have a hard time cutting and pasting. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. Okay. So, yeah, it was, very easy to learn. But, everyone's saying hello to everyone. Elder Gal's channel. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, so I guess maybe I'm just a little old for those kids running around like don't get me wrong, I have no problem with kids playing and, having a good time, but playing is one thing. Running around screaming to the top of your lungs, jumping all over and everything, that's just out of control, okay? It reminds me of I was on a flight once and there was a kid behind me who was just everyone in the plane was ready to just get up and throttle that mother, not the kid, because it's the parents' faults when kids behave like that. But I was like, what the heck? Anyhow, hey, tribal woman, hello, hello. Um, how many of you all are going to be in Quartzsite for the RTR or for some of it? Let me know in the comments because I'm planning on doing a meetup. I haven't arranged it yet, but I will certainly let you know. Shyla says, well, you have a happy new year with Jessica. You deserve to spend time together. Yeah, I'm going to. My mom used to have a saying, however you start out the new year is how you're going to end it up. So I'm going to start out the new year making her my top priority, or certainly a higher priority, even than you guys. Sorry, you guys, but a higher priority than my channel. So I'm going to spend the day with her. We're going to do some fun things together and, just have a good day. And have some good black eyed peas. Whew, black eyed peas and greens. In fact, I got to go get those now before they run out in the store and I can't get any. But Don says Spirit Wind View. If you email Carol later on tonight, or I'll make sure she can help you out. Yeah, I already told her, Donald. It's Canva for thumbnails and KineMaster for editing. And make sure and go over and look at Lisa on Outdoor Travels, her video instructions on that, and they're really Oops, sorry. I, I was just touching the bottom of my computer and it knocked me off. Oh, my words. Anyhow, hey, Sylvie, how are you? Let's see who else is up here that I'm afraid to touch my computer now. I'll knock myself off again. Who else? Have I missed anyone else that I didn't say hello to? Um, 2001 old silhouette. What is that? Oh, I'm missing something. I always miss some of the conversation. Hey, Donna Moore. Hello again. Happy New Year to you. Oh, there's my sister in love, Amy. Amy, one of the holy. Um, let's see. Uh, Uh, Graham saying, all's good. Thanks, Carol. We still can't move because we have to wait for everyone to come back to work after, Christmas to get the tow bar and broke brake controller fitted. As soon as we can, we're off. Well, where are you off to, Graham? Oh my goodness. Hello, Pam. Hello. Did I miss Pam? Oh my goodness. And Maggie says, Chandler, I am in. Oh, you're in West Virginia right now. I'll be in Arizona January 1st. Okay. I certainly don't know anyone in West Virginia, but if you're having problems with your van, or if you're going to be able to make it all the way to Arizona, I mean, it must be in fairly good shape if you can make it there. But depending on where in Arizona, we can check, put the word out and see if we can find someone, or find someone who can refer you to someone. Oh, beach lady. Who's that beach lady? Tanisa, Tanita, beach lady. Oh my goodness. Oh, who else is here? Donald says, don't put Graham in timeout. He won't know how to get back in. Yeah, I better not put anyone in timeout because last time I put Tim in timeout, I never was able to hardly ever get him back in. So, okay, Graham. Stella says, kids aren't taught good manners anymore. They aren't. I don't get it. I, I don't know. I don't know what would make anyone think that it's okay for your kids to run around screaming, even if it's like your sister's house or your cousin's house or whatever. I don't know why anyone would think it's okay for them to run around screaming because there are other people there. Do you think other people want to have a pleasant, enjoyable time and don't want kids who are running around like park apes or something, screaming and screeching and whew, sorry, but that's just me. Um, I don't think it's old fashioned to expect kids to be well mannered and well behaved, you know. But the last time she did have a jumper, I think what outside and they stayed out in there and did all their jumping. I think next time if I go over there, I'll pay. I will pay to have the jumper set up. Okay. But anyhow, okay, beach lady says it's not just you. Okay, great. It's not. I'm glad it's not just me. Um, oh, it's a 2001 Olds. That's your vehicle. Oh my. That that's pretty nice. Don says, nope, Levi jumping off the bed, couch, or anything else, spanking right off the bat, and he knows it. Well, Levi is well behaved. He doesn't engage in that kind of behavior. I would never, ever have seen your son behaving like that, Donald, ever. And actually, Jessica would not have behaved like that when she was that age.
Oh,
I was telling them about how the kids were running around
yeah,
screaming.
I know. They're kids. What did you expect?
I expected them to act like they had a brain in their head, but or actually, I didn't expect so much from the kids. I expected more from the parents. I expected the parents to intervene and say, "Hey, cut it out." But anyhow, Ark says, you are so right, Carol. I saw the same thing at Thanksgiving, and I did stay outside in the cold because the noise level was too much. We just grew up differently, I believe. It's like parents are it's like they're oblivious to their kids and think that everyone else wants to hear screaming kids. And I believe some of those parents, well, I know at least a couple of those parents weren't raised like that. I know they weren't raised like that because I know their parents. But hey, I guess you just go with the flow. If society's going down the drain, you go down the drain with them. I don't know. What can I say? Esther says, yes, I had an I am in home childcare business for 19 years. I quit 20 years ago because children just, well, I don't want to go to jail. Oh, I know the feeling, Esther. I know the feeling. But it's not the kids, it's the parents. And I just think to myself, if those kids are like that and they're like maybe between 3 and 9 or 10, can you imagine what they're going to be like as teenagers? Holy crap. But, hey, what can I say? Hey, Cheryl, hello. I got to give you a call after the live. You said you had something to tell me, and I just haven't been able to get with you. Usually we could talk a couple times a week. But, oh, my goodness. Nora's laughing at what Esther said. Hey, I'm there with you, Esther. I am there with you. Miss Net saying, yeah, that's how I was taught. Hey, Sylvie, how are you? Oh, my goodness. Shyla says, these 80s grown kids let their kids be their friend too much. You know what? That is so true. They're so concerned with their kids liking them and being their peer and their friend and their equal. These kids, some of them, they think they're on the same level as the adults. That's one of the things I see when you have kids going up to adults and calling them by their first name. Oh, hi, Carol. I'm like, excuse me. I'm looking down at this little twerp of a kid. Hi, Carol. Miss Carol. Even Jessica knows that.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Jessica's 21 and she does not call older adults by their first name.
No.
No, you know better.
Yes, I do.
She sure does, but
Yes,
that's because she was taught right.
Yes.
But anyhow.
I'm so proud.
I'm so proud of you too.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Dana, hello. Graham says we want to go down around the mountains for the cooler. Oh, I know you said it was 100 degrees where you are, Graham. The insurance company is still dragging the chain, but it is Christmas. Yeah, and everything is in slow motion. It will be until probably after the first of the year. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Ark Rosebud says, Esther, you are so right. I'm froze up here. What's happening here? Oh, my goodness. I got froze here. Sylvie says, I agree, Carol. There's nothing sweeter than a well-behaved kid. Gentle and considerate. You're right, Sylvie. It just does something for my heart to see. Oh, let me get over here so you can see me. Oh, there. So you can see me better. Yeah, it does something for my heart to see a well-mannered, well-behaved kid. Ivan says, looking forward very much to the RTR. Such a glorious reunion with those in common. It is. I just love the RTR. I've heard almost all of the things that they're teaching. So I don't go for that. I go to meet up with my friends and see people I may have not seen for an entire year and to say hello. And I just love getting together with everyone. And the only thing I wish was that it was like it was before, where everyone camped together. That was so, so cool. But I wonder what it's going to be like next year. I wonder if they're going to increase the prices on the LTVA. And if they increase the prices to $600 on the long-term visitors, I wonder if all of the other camping areas are going to be just overrun and what's going to happen. I think it's next year, if they do that increase, it's going to be madness. I predict real madness, but we'll see. Caroline says, I so want to go to the RTR, but I'm still teaching, and that's the week we return from our break. Aw, I'm so sorry, Caroline. Hopefully one of these years you'll be able to come. Maggie says, I was at the multi-generational center, and someone left their kid in the computer lab, began tearing up. Ooh. Staff said they couldn't touch him, watched him tear it up. Well, I'll tell you what. I think that they should have banned that family from that center. Banned the entire family, trespassed them, call the police, trespassed them, and said, you cannot come back here, not for a year, until you have taught them some manners, and maybe in a year they will be better. That's what I would have done, but that's just me. I'm hardcore when it comes to tearing up other people's property. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. But wow. Mm, mm, mm. Uh, uh, Nora says, wow, that hadn't happened for a while. Oh my goodness. CW Styles says, yes, that's great to spend time with your daughter, Jessica, for New Year's. Yeah, we're going to spend New Year's. I'm not going to do a live. I was just telling them I'm not going to. Can you give me a tissue for my nose?
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
not going to do a lot back here from the. I'm not going to do a live for Oh, thank you for New Year's Day, so I can spend it with you. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
So she's appreciative. So we'll see. Excuse me, folks. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Don't need to do this online, but I do have to. So now I have to get some hand sanitizer, but I'll get that in a minute. That's okay, Jessica. I'll get
have
it.
some.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, your van. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Hey, Edwin from Kansas City, Missouri. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. I think you are, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time here, isn't it, Edwin? But we'll be saying hello and greeting newbies at the end. Graham says, Houston, we have a problem. I know. I touched something on here and it just completely kicked me off. I don't know what happened, but it did. But yeah, I tried if I blow my nose to immediately do something hand sanitizer, because if I go into a it's just yucky. I don't want to go in somewhere in a store and touch something and have people touching behind me, you know. And I just hope people will have the same consideration for me. But hi Wendy, happy New Year. Yeah, I miss you, Cheryl. Yeah. Ladybug Travels says, can't believe I caught you live. Well, I'm so happy you did. Welcome, welcome. Ark Rosebud says, hi CW, hi Vol, saying hello to everyone. And Wendy, everyone saying hello to Wendy and happy a new year to her. Vaughn says, Carol, did you ever see the video of the little girl tearing up a Walmart, throwing stuff on the floor? No, I did not. I did not. See, when I was growing up, if a kid did that in our neighborhood, at least, other parents basically had given parents that were in the community permission to go up and swat that kid on the bottom, you know, but they really wouldn't have to, because the parent would have taken care of it. But it's unfortunately a sign of the times, and that's really sad, really sad. Can you imagine some of these bratty kids who are running around tearing up stuff? They're going to be the ones responsible for the laws and what governs us. Whew. Well, I'll be long gone by then. So, but unfortunately, Jessica will be around and have to deal with it. I know, Graham, don't touch anything. I know I shouldn't touch anything. Esther says, Carol, with more income, do you think you'd ever quit van life? Well, Esther, I don't live full-time in a van. I have a home base, but I travel extensively in my van, and I sleep in my van many days out of the year. And no, I wouldn't change that. What I would do is just put more money aside. What I would do is anything extra I got above and beyond what I'm getting now, I would put aside to have extra for my tiny house village and my tiny house community, because that is my big goal. That I want that to be my legacy. I really want it to be my legacy, that I establish someplace that older folks could come and live at a reasonable price and have a decent existence in a community with, you know, a garden and other people around and supportive community. I would like that to be my legacy. So no, I won't spend any money that I get on anything else. I will use it to put aside to help me hopefully bring that dream to fruition. And coming the beginning of the year, I'm really going to be bearing down hard on finding a property. Someone gave me the name of a realtor who's really very knowledgeable about one of the areas that I'm looking in, and I'm going to be contacting him after the first of the year. So I'm excited. I'm just excited, you know. Um, oh, the van is in Arizona, and you're flying back to Arizona, Maggie. Okay, I was confused. All right. Yes, Glowbies are glad you made it, Ladybug Travels. Thank you, Donald. You know what? I always forget this, but can you guys do me a favor and hit that like button, that thumbs up, because it helps the algorithm. I don't know, I don't understand the ins and outs, but it does. So if you would just do that, it doesn't cost you a little measly little dime, but if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. Um, Wendy says, do you know anyone that can help install an inverter for solar panels there in the Quartzsite area during RTR? Um, I do know someone that is capable of doing it. Whether he'll do it or not, I don't know. I'll have to reach out to him. I already have another job. Well, actually, I know a second person, but I don't know if he said last year that he was going to be in Quartzsite, and I have his number, so I'll call him and see if he's in Quartzsite. And if he is in Quartzsite, I will ask him. I like to kind of spread out when I have different things I want people to do. I like to not give it all to one person. But there's a gentleman, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys on the last video. He's 82 years old. He's in Quartzsite. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on him or not. I may just, um, meet with him, but I'll see. I just don't want anyone trying to take advantage of him. But um, he's 82 years old. He's in a RV that doesn't work and had to be towed to where it is. And um, he doesn't have power. He has solar panels, but no power, no battery to run them. And he was asking someone that was parked next to him to help him heat up his food. He has a refrigerator, but no way to power it. I was talking to Lindy yesterday, and she says she has a small little rice cooker, and you can cook. It only uses about 250 watts. You can cook almost anything in that. You can even cook a hamburger. You can heat up soup. You can heat up stuff. So I was thinking, she said she would give him that. And I was thinking, if my friend, whose name I'm not going to say yet, but if, and I use the term friend lightly because we've just met recently, but I'm going to ask him if he can help me find like an AGM battery, because he's using AGM batteries, and he's got AGM batteries hooked up to solar. So I'm going to see if he can figure out how to do this inverter and all this stuff, and we can get him. And I'm going to go over to this place. I'm going to go over to Discount Solar and maybe see if they'll help out a little bit. I don't know. They might not. But they did fix something for me. They were really helpful for me when I was there one year. So I'm going to see if we can't get him at least. And I'm darn, I I'm kicking myself because someone had offered me a lithium battery a while back, and I didn't have any place to put it. And I thought, oh, I know I'll end up with someone who needs this, but I don't have anywhere to put it right now. And I was on the road, so I declined it. And now I wish I had accepted it. I may try and go back in my email, but I think I erased the email. But I may reach out to some company and see if they might even give us a lithium battery. But either AGM battery, golf cart battery, something I can buy for him. And the guy in Quartzsite, if he, my acquaintance, I should say, will help hook it up. We can get the wires, and I'll buy the stuff so that he can have at least, can heat up the little rice cooker that Lindy's going to give him. And then maybe with the refrigerator, we can stock him up with some food. And I would give him a butane burner stove, but the person I was talking to who's helping him said that sometimes she's not sure. He may be a little confused, and I don't want to risk giving him let me move again, the sun, a butane stove and having him burn the place, burn his camper down, so we'll see. And I was thinking maybe trying to find somewhere. I think he does get some moderate income. If we could find some place that maybe he could, even they would allow him to just park his camper and plug in. I don't know. But I'll keep you posted if I do what happens with him. And if I do a video or don't do a video, I don't know. I'm not really doing it for the video. I'm really, the idea of an 82-year-old man in the desert, and it's going to get cold in January at night. I hear that it's very beautiful there right now in the 70s, but and you don't really need a lot of heat at night, but in January it will get cold. So Jessica's friend is here. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, guys, do not leave while I'm on here until after I get off my live.
Yeah. Can we at least go to the library?
The library closes at 5.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's 3 right now.
Okay, you can go over to the library and stay there till I come over there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
That's a whole nother story. I'll have to tell you guys about that. But this little friend, everywhere we go, he pops up, okay? And she's complicit with it, but he's not her boyfriend. He's just a friend. I told her, I said, I'm tired of every time I turn around, this person, he pops up. Hi, Miss Carol. Hi, Miss Carol. Nothing. Don't you have a life? Go home. Go somewhere. Scram. But every time I turn around, this kid is popping up. But anyhow, let me get back on track here. So I'll keep you guys posted on what's happening with this gentleman. And Wendy, if I can find someone who can get something installed for you, and Bob Wells will be there. If I get a chance to talk to him, I'll ask him, because I'm sure he knows people there who could do it also. Shyla says, Carol, you have any more New Year's sayings? I'm not superstitious, but going to make some collard greens to have some more green in my pocket all year. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm superstitious or not, but I want some black-eyed peas for luck on New Year's Day, and I want some collard greens because they taste good, but also because I want green in my pocket too all year long. So those are my main sayings. However you start the year, my mom used to have us cleaning the house, cleaning the baseboards. She goes, we're going to have a clean house. So I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, so I try to make sure I don't have any bills that are overdue, that I've missed or anything, that everything that I've put savings in, that I've got my tithes paid up. I just try to start the new year off right. You know what I mean? So that's what I can tell you, Shilas. Hey, Mark. Hello. Yes, you're right, Donald. Screaming and hollering is out of door action only. You would think that people would know that, wouldn't you? I don't know. Anyhow, hey, call me Vi. Hello. Yeah, there are beautiful people in here, aren't there? Cheryl says, I don't know how to answer you, Julian. What did Julian say? I'm missing that. Vaughn's in a row says, why can't a nomad win the $1 billion? Oh, why indeed? Ooh, I know why I don't win it, because I never buy tickets. Well, maybe once in a blue moon. Is it $1 billion now? Ooh, if it's $1 billion. See, that's the only time I buy. If it gets up to $1 billion, when 1 billion other people are buying and my chances go down dramatically, that's when I buy. So it would have to be totally just divine intervention for me to win. But oh my goodness, what I wouldn't do. Ooh. My tiny house village would be like that. It would be up. Oh man. Boomer in the Burb says, Carol, I have been on cloud 9 all day since I saw the news about the repeal of the windfall tax. My Social Security was reduced. Wow. I am happy for you, Boomer in the Burbs. I am happy. Oh, is there anyone else on here? Yes. What they did, I'm trying to see how I can explain it. Their reasoning was, we don't want you double dipping. But do you know how many people have double and triple who have government pensions, whether it's military or some other agency, and then they have double and triple pensions from other places, and then they wanted to take us? I was just so done, including a lot of politicians. So yeah, they reduced our they called it windfall elimination. They wanted to eliminate us from getting a windfall. Like Social Security is a windfall, please. And what they did is they reduced it sometimes by 40, 50, or like you said, Boomer in the Burbs, 70%. So you got just a smidgen of your Social Security, even though you had paid into it for the full 10 quarters, or in my case, and in many cases, more than 10 quarters. There were people who paid into Social Security for well over 20 years, went to work at another government job that didn't pay into Social Security, and then they they punished him. It was a punitive measure, in my opinion. Just punish us for no good, sound reason. And now, finally, after 40 years, some people passed on with ever getting to get any sense of justice. Passed on, you know, and it wouldn't make a difference. They said it wouldn't make a difference in my exes because they had reduced mine so much that it wouldn't make a difference. But now I'm hoping that it makes a difference. I was planning to go down yesterday, but I didn't get to because I had an interview that is posted. In fact, go over, and if you haven't seen the interview with the person with Bridget that I did air today, go check it out. Bridget came up with it's really unique and different. It's not for everyone, but it helped her to keep her house and be able to make her mortgage and taxes and insurance in one of the most expensive areas in the country. And I am so happy for her. But go see how she does it. It's not for everyone. I'm telling you, it's interesting. Kind of odd, but interesting, but she did it. But anyhow, yeah, as far as I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry. But as far as the windfall elimination, yeah. So however long you took Social Security, you're penalized. So yes, Boomer in the Burbs, I am hoping you and all of us. It's been now, you know what? I was really disappointed because they're coming out with all these 50 bills that Biden signed. Oh, he signed this bill and he signed that and this. And I'm like, well, this one was on his desk. Why didn't he sign that one? So I'm like, don't tell me this man is not going to sign this. Ooh, buddy. Especially when it was a bipartisan effort, a Democrat and Republican came together, got this bill pushed through Congress, pushed through Senate, got these suckers to finally agree to do something good for us. And why is Biden dragging his heels on this? It's making me a little scary, but they say he's going to sign it, so I hope so. But at his age, he should not be diddling along. Get this thing signed. Get it signed now. But anyhow, oh, here comes someone with a mini Winnebago. Oh my goodness. But anyhow, there's another Winnebago, and there are so many vans around here, and oh my goodness. But yeah. So Boomer, I'm with you. I'm ecstatic. I am so happy that this is hopefully finally after 40 or 41 years going to be redone. But the thing is, they're only giving us 1 year back pay. And some things they give people 3 years. They're only giving us 1 year back pay. But hey, you know what? I guess it's better than nothing, huh? So hopefully I live a long time so I can get my full Social Security. Anyhow, it is what it is. But Mark says, I won $100 twice on 2 scratcher cards in my stocking. Woohoo! I've never won it. Well, I did. I take it back. I did win $5 maybe a decade ago or so. Call Me V says, parents don't know how to parent. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Hey, shabby chic, vintage chicks, rather. Hello. Oh my goodness. Don says, let me hit it. Vaughn's on a roll, and every Glowbie gets 1 million each. Okay. All right. You guys heard that. We're going to hold him to it. We're going to hold him to that. Oh my goodness. Boomer saying congratulations to Mark. Everyone's saying hello. So anyone else, Adventurous Spirit 66 says, I was in the same boat as you. Finally, this wrong will be made right. Wow. Oh, you're in Eastern Ontario, Shabby Chic. Okay. Shirley says, thanks for sharing. So Boomer says, yes, Adventure. I was retired from teaching. Wow. And you have paid into it and qualified, and that's just a shame. Shirley says, child free here. I know there's some people who wish they were in your shoes, Shirley. Mark says, someone in California, what? Hit the 1.2 billion mega million jackpot. Cheryl, was that you? I hope it was you, my friend, my dear friend. Wow. Oh my goodness, but I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. But you know what? If I hit a jackpot like that, I would shut down, close down my house, get in my car, and drive to parts unknown. No one would know where I was except for my brothers. And Jessica would be with me because I would not want people knowing where I was. I don't know about you guys. What about you? Sylvie says, I'm that cringe person who tells the misbehaving children to stop and gives the parent a cold look and says, think twice about what you're going to say next. Sylvie, we need to rock and roll together. I'm with you, Sylvie. I am absolutely with you. I know someone who the kids were misbehaving and they told the kids, "Hey, you need to settle down." And the parent came unglued. This wasn't at the event I was at, but it was somewhere else. The parents came unglued. "Don't tell my child." And she was like, "Hey, if you would be a parent and tell them what to do, maybe I wouldn't have to." But they came unglued. All I have to say is they deserve what they get when those kids are teenagers. They deserve it. Every single ounce of angst, they deserve it. Edwin says, yes, parents, um, along with the horrific diet they feed their kids. Yep. Yep. JK says, I love Jessica popping in. Yeah. Jessica knows she knows I don't even have to be around and I don't have to guide her. She knows whenever she's around an older person, she automatically addresses them as Mr. or Miss. And I'm proud of her for that. I really am. Um, Vaughn said, did they hit the whole thing themselves, Mark? Wow. Wow. Can you imagine $1.2 billion? Holy moly. I don't know if I would even buy a new house. I think I would just remodel the house I'm in. Or actually, I might move into a gated community because I might be a little bit apprehensive. But I don't know. I don't know. It's funny. When people win the lottery, everyone wants to hit you up. Now, of course, I would take care of my brothers and my nieces and nephews, but and my goddaughter and her family. But whenever anyone hits the lottery, people think that they should automatically, strangers, totally stranger. But these strangers won't go up to, say, Elon Musk and ask him for money. They won't go up to other billionaires. But when you hit the lottery, for some reason, they feel like, well, you don't deserve it and you should give it away. I don't know what is with that mindset. Isn't that interesting how that works? Uh, Ashley says, not a topic, but I was just wondering how many miles do you travel in a month? Ashley, it really depends. I know there was one period of about 2.5 weeks that I traveled almost 6,000 miles. And that was in about, actually, it was about maybe 3 weeks. No, I traveled, actually, I think it was 5,400 miles. But that was really dumb. And I ended up paying for it in that now I have a torn tendon in my right Achilles heel and some other problems with my arm. My arm is healed, but it was the stress I put on my heel from braking and driving. That was a dumb move. But it really depends. I'm planning on going to Alaska, so I'll put some serious miles on when I do that. But mostly I go, well, I've gone Arizona multiple times, up and down the California coast, Colorado, Missouri, Tennessee, North Carolina, that trip that I took last year to North Carolina and back. To Oregon. I mean, I just go all over and then I'm getting ready to go to Alaska. So it really depends on where I'm going as to how many miles. And um, I do now try and rest a little bit. I used to I had a destination. I wanted to get there and zoom. But now I'm slowing down. And that trip across country, the last trip across country really um, made me have to really be more mindful of what I do. So it's hard to answer that, Ashley, but you know, and I'm trying to stop and smell the roses more often also. But on the trip to Alaska, Going with Diane, a friend of mine who has a channel, and I don't know. I think we're going to give ourselves 2 weeks to get up there, and 2 weeks to. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see. Esther says, my grandson is 4. He knows how to be with Nana. Never had to spank him. Sad, but if the kids aren't glued to an electronic nowadays, the parents sadly are often are too. No, the parents weren't glued to electronics. They were just over there chatting and talking and visiting with each other while their kids ran amok. That's what it was. Cheryl says that's why I love Jessica. Yeah, she either calls people by Miss or Auntie, like she calls Cheryl, Auntie Cheryl, or Barry, Uncle Barry, but there is some preface to their first name. It's not just Barry or Cheryl or. And your grandkids are very respectful too, Cheryl. So, but that comes from good parenting. Jessica left ARC. Thanks for saying hi. She went over to the library with her, I call him her pop-up friend since he pops up everywhere we go. Who anyhow, I'll tell you about that another time. Graham says we'll probably end up around Myrtleford, Victoria. Okay, our friends have a farm. Ooh, that backs onto a river. Wow, that has big Murray cod in it with power and water. It's hard to go past. Wow, that sounds divine. That sounds on a farm with a river behind it. Can you get any, for me, can you get any better situation than being in a forest with a river? Oh my goodness, that just sounds divine, Graham. I'm a little jealous, I have to admit. Shabby Chic says, been busy working on my van the past 3 days. I want to do a little bit of, I still haven't done a tour of this van, but I got to do a tour of this van. I'm going to tell you whew, how this van is so much more difficult for me than my ProMaster. But I'll show you. I won't just tell you, I will show you. You guys are going to crack up when you see it. You're going to you're going to actively crack up, I'm telling you. Graham says, still you heard in frame and blow us a kiss, Jess. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she's over at the library now. Mark says, I keep buying the winning tickets, but they keep picking the wrong numbers. Me too, Mark. I keep buying the winning tickets and they don't call my number. I don't know what's the matter with those people. Oh my goodness. Boomer in the burb says fun. Yep. Call Me V says, Esther, the problem in those electronics studies have shown the damage it does to children under 16. The damage it does, especially to children under 4. They say those kids should not even be watching those fast moving games that go fast, because it adjusts and changes their brain. So when they get in school, it makes it harder for them to sit down and settle down. And that makes absolute sense. But a lot of parents, that's their babysitter, but it really does change their brain functioning. It makes it harder for them to attend to the teacher when they're in school. Yes, she is, isn't she? Cheryl, she's very respectful. Not always to me, but to everyone else. Oh, but that's how it is, I think. In Time says, Mark H. and I wonder what they're going to do with all that money. They're sure not to help out all those are in need, and probably wasn't illegal that hit. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. In Times. We don't know who it was, and we don't know that person. How do we know that they're not going to help some people? They very well could be a very kind person with a kind heart that may give much of it away. You never know. So I'm not going to say that. I try not to judge people I don't even know, you know. Um, I know, Maggie, always meet interesting people. Um, Hopefully next year, all of you guys, we could all meet up next year. Yep, Marta, Mr. and Miss. That's right. That's right. Lonnie says, I'm 62. Well, oh my goodness. So you're old enough to collect Social Security, but you might want to wait. I don't know what your situation is. Uh, Thank you, Nora. Thank you. Yes, please leave those likes. Um, Vons on a Rose says us adults need to be zero tolerance with those unruly kids. I agree. I just didn't feel I was at my goddaughter's house and I just didn't feel like causing a scene at her house. And I know that she was not very pleased with it. And she was trying to not say too much either because she didn't want to cause a big scene. But, it was just disgraceful, in my opinion. But what can I say? Orphan Annie says, my son has 8 and 6-year-olds and a 3-year-old and 3-year-old twins. Wow. He's got his hands full, and so does the mother. They are well behaved. When they were on vacation, a person paid for their meal in a restaurant because the kids, wow. Now you raised your son right, and he's raising his kids right. That's how it works, Orphan Annie. That's how it works. Oh my goodness. Um End times, we're not going to go there. We're going to be positive today. There are a lot of people who do bad things, not just illegal immigrants. And if you look at honestly the number of crimes committed, I'm not even going to get there. We're not going to go there today. We're going to just be positive. And I worked in law enforcement, and I can tell you the people that I had problems with were overwhelmingly American citizens. But that's not to say there's not problems with others. There certainly are. But I'm not going to blame all the ills on our country on one group of people, But anyhow, Maggie says, when my daughter acted out as a child, we would just leave. She would scream and people would look at me like I was abusing her. Hey, you know what? If most parents know that when a child's misbehaving, you get up and you leave with them, that's the right thing to do, and then you deal with it. And that's, hey, I commend you for that, Maggie. Hi, Liza. How are you? Nora's niece is in the house. Good to see you, Liza. Yep, you're right, Boomer and the Burbs. Great training passed on. Hey, Noreen. Hello, hello. Uh, yeah, I love that Orphan Annie too, Esther. Everyone's saying, oh, I Liza says she's late because she forgot it's Saturday. I keep thinking, like yesterday, I was saying, oh my gosh, I missed Lindy's live, and her lives are on Tuesday. I'm like, oh my God, I've just been thrown off. The holidays just throw us all off, When everything shuts down, it throws us off, and we have to kind of recalibrate, Liza. So I absolutely get it. I absolutely get it. Uh, um, uh, yes, welcome back. All right. All right. Well, we are going to, oh my goodness, it's after 4 o'clock. I'm just wishing you all a wonderful new year, a wonderful New Year's. I'm going to post something, God willing, I will post something for New Year's, but I'm not going to come on live. But I just hope that this year is the best year that all of us have had. I hope it's the best year for each and every one of us. It started off with fabulous news about that crazy windfall elimination being eliminated. And I'm just hoping that more good news happens and people are kinder to each other. And I do believe there are going to be some hard times for many people in 2025. And I hope that people will rally around each other and be more helpful. I hope the greater the need, the greater the outpouring of generosity and kindness. That's my goal for 2025. And hopefully, for those of you who were on my last live, hopefully no one messes up my prime rib again so I can act like I don't have to act a fool this year. I can act like a mature adult all year long. Okay. But I wish the best for you, the absolute most wonderful, blessing filled year for each and every one of you. And I am just so grateful for you all. I cannot tell you how grateful I am and how much you have enhanced my life and added to the joy in my life. Who would have thought at 72 I would have so many more people filling in the spaces in my life in such a wonderful way? And you, each and every one of you, have done that. And I thank you and I love you for that. I am going to have one. Hey, SKA, how are you? How are you? Um, Yep, living alternatively is one way to do it. Go check out the video I posted today of the person who's living in an alternative way in her house, but it's interesting, very interesting. Uh, I'm not sure where I'm going to have the tiny home village, Beach Lady. Wherever I can find the right property at the right price with the right zoning that will allow me to do it. That's where I will. That's where I'll have it. I'm looking all over from California, Nevada, Arizona, even Utah. But I like it closer to my home base. So, if I at my home base, I can get there in a few hours. But wherever God leads me, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm just bearing down hard in prayer. And I'm asking you to enter into intercessory prayer for me this year, that I get that. I want to have this village at the very least started this year. So, yeah, me too, Esther. I love the tiny house. That would be great, Liza. That would be great if you could. Oh my goodness, how cool would that be? All right. Well, uh, um, uh, okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll help you. I will help you, in times so that you won't have to, do that. I'm going to ban you. So you won't have to worry about unsubscribing or not doing comments, because if you can't go along at this, we said that this is going to be the end of the year. We're going to be uplifting, and we're going to talk about uplifting things. And if you want to do a live and you want to set an agenda for your live, go by and do that. And if I went on your live, I would honor that. But if you come on my live, you're either going to honor it or you're not going to be here. That's it. I rarely get this firm or harsh, but that's what I'm letting you know. That you want to do a live, go for it and talk about whatever you want. But on my live, I'm setting the tone. So, having said that, let's get back to sometimes you just have to, like with unruly children, sometimes, hey, you have to deal with unruly people on here. So, hey, Tim's in the house. I didn't see him. Hey, Tim, mo bang for your buck. Hello, hello. I didn't put a comment. I need to go back and put a comment. Tim has uh, um, a tour on his channel of his minivan. Go over and check it out. It's very cool, especially the bed. Very, very, very cool. So go check that out on Mo Bang for Your Buck on Tim's channel. Um, uh, oh yeah, Tim, if you're going to be in, maybe you could help. Um, Mark said, "Isn't Solar Bill and Quartzsite? I think they have a good reputation." Yeah, I think Discount. I know Discount Solar helped me. I think they have a good reputation. I think Bob Wells has recommended them, but I think she's trying to find someone who would do it, for free and not charge other than for the components, Mark. So that's what I think, but I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I'm still looking, Don. Um, hey, Magical Mermaid says, I don't understand. I thought most people who live on the road plan it. What do you mean plan it? I'm not sure. Some people who are on the road, they've planned well in advance and they did it because, it's what they always wanted to do. But some people, they get a notice that their rent may be going up $300 or $400 and they're barely hanging on with what they were paying. So they can't afford to stay in their apartment. So they end up having to move into it. And they didn't plan it. It just happened. Or some people, maybe a spouse will pass and they were barely making it on one income. I mean, on two incomes. So with one income, they can't afford the rent or the mortgage. People, even with paid off homes, sometimes because the taxes and the insurance, if you've seen what's been happening with insurance costs in different parts of California where there's wildfire risk, or in areas like Florida where there's hurricanes, people are being priced out of homes that are even paid off because of these expenses. So yeah, sometimes magical people do plan in advance, and that really is the best way. But a lot of times it's not planned. It's circumstances that cause a person to have to move into a vehicle. And those are very difficult situations for people who go under those circumstances. Vaughn said she was still thinking about you, Tim. We call Tim Batman. We know why that. We're not going to say, but Tim's Batman. Cheryl knows why. uh, um, yeah, Donald says we've been missing Tim. Uh, Oh my goodness, YouTube unsubscribed you from my channel. They do that a lot. They've unsubscribed me from a lot of people's channels, and I don't get the notices. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, well, what happened? They unsubscribe you. I don't know why they do that. Hey, Joe Frugal, hello. I've got a 200 watt rice pot. It's great. I cook using the power station rechargeable with solar panels. Yep. You can even use those Stanley power banks or something that you could probably even run one of these 200 watt um, little cookers on. They can cook a lot of things and take very little power. They're really great. And I think I'd feel much more comfortable giving this to this gentleman if he's slipping a little bit cognitively than giving him a butane stove with an open flame. I'm just not comfortable about that. Donna Moore says, my small car, I call it SUV. Hey, whatever. Hey, whatever. Magical says, I would think if you're going to live on the road, you would have backup plans or ideas or people to help. That would be the ideal situation, Magical. That would be the ideal situation. Sadly, a lot of people don't have anyone, especially a lot of older people. Some don't have children. Some have children they're estranged from. Some have children who are maybe on drugs or in worse condition than they're in. And when you get, I'll tell you something. At 72, if I did not have my YouTube channel, I would still have some friends, but I wouldn't have nearly the community that I have now. And a lot of the people who are on the road, they're older, they're in their 70s, even 80s. And I was talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me how their friends are dropping like flies, and they only have maybe a couple left. And some of those are in, board and care homes or in assisted living, or, or not, or have one foot on a banana peel. So when you get to a certain age, you don't usually have a whole lot of people left in your life. Friends wise, if you're fortunate, you have a big, happy, supportive family. You're lucky. You're fortunate. But many people don't have that. And unfortunately, many of the people that I meet do not have that. All right, folks, I am going. Yes, electric blanket. You know what? Oh, my goddaughter, this is one of the things she gave me for my birthday and Christmas. She gave me electric throw from Costco. And in that it's not a full-size blanket, it takes up a lot less power, and it has 4 settings. You can go low, medium, and high. So I can put it on very low. I can put it on high for a little while, get real warm, and then put it on low and stay warm the rest of the night. I think it turns off though after 4 or 6 hours. So you have to kind of, turn it back on. But yeah, I have one of them, but I was having to take it back and forth from my home base to the van, and now I can keep one in the house and one in the van because I use it in the house too. And instead of turning the heat on, I use that. And that Berkshire throw, it's a heated throw. It's 50 inches by 60 inches. And I tell you, it is so nice and toasty. And if you add a hot water bottle to it, woo, buddy. But anyhow, yes, all right. Patty says, I was complimented many times by strangers about my children. Same with most of my friends. Most of us homeschool large families. Well, you have my hats off to you, Patty. Hats off to you. Hey, Melma says, I'm just sitting down to relax. Well, I'm just going to go check on Jessica and her little I'm calling him the pop-up friend. And yeah, looks like 3 or 4 Glow Bros are here. That's true. 3 or 4 of the Glow Bros are here. Uh layer up blankets and sleeping. I was good up to 29 degrees. Yep. Yep. Or down to 29 degrees, whichever way you want to look at it. All right. So Joe Fro says commend the kid for choosing good people to be around. Absolutely. Oh, Maggie said, my mother made corned beef and cabbage. It's an Irish thing. Oh, I love corned beef and cabbage, Maggie. Oh, I used to live in Boston. And you talk about on St. Patrick's Day, everything in Boston, everything was green. And corned beef and cabbage everywhere. Oh, green beer, green everything. It was quite a day in Boston, I'm telling you. Uh Craig says it looks like Donald Trump is siding with Elon Musk and Vivek on MAGA tech bro conflict. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. I'm not going to get into politics today, but I think everything is up in the air. And I just pray that I think my mom used to have a saying, and her saying was, God bless the child who has his own. And I think we're coming into a time when God bless the child who has his own or who has a community close by that is supportive. If you do not have a tribe or a community, you need one. And you're going to need one, I believe, this year coming up more than any other time. So reach out, start going to senior citizen centers, start joining book clubs, start going to meetups if you're a nomad, because you need a community, you need a tribe, and it's not going to come to you. You have to go out and find your tribe. So I just encourage you, and some of us have a tribe here on Glow Live on our live, but find your tribe because we all, I think, are going to need one more than ever, Craig. Um, yes, Caroline, make sure you have some money in your wallet at the beginning of the year. I'm actually going to give Jessica some money because I want her to have money in her wallet all year too. Thank you, Margot. Thank you, Margot. Uh, Original Mama Grizzly says, I try to clean before Christmas. So I don't have to do it on New Year's. I know. My house is kind of a wreck, but I'm going to clean at least part of it. At least part of it. So, at least part of it will be clean for the new year. But all right. Yeah, I heard, Margot, someone would run the $1 billion. Wow. Liddell says, I always have cornbread with my black eyed peas on New Year's. Whoo! You're talking my kind of talk, Liddell. Cornbread with slop with butter, melted butter, and black eyed peas with neck bone and some greens. And some candied yams. Ooh. Oh, I'm telling you. That's you in hog heaven with me. All right. I know there's so many more comments. I would love to read each and every one of you, but I've got to get out and check on this child and her pop-up friend. Yes, I agree, Mo Bang. I agree, Tim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give you your full amount you qualify for. Whoo. And Margot says, yes, one person won the entire lottery. Wow. I'm happy for them. I am happy for them. I hope it was someone who was struggling, and this will completely change the whole trajectory of their life and their whole families. And they have kids who want to go to college that they can now pay to go to college, and they can just change their whole family's life. I'm happy for them. Yeah, I agree, Original Mama Grizzly. I think we all have. Too Busy Secretary says the bill was just handed down to the president yesterday. Oh, I heard that it got to his desk before. 1227 on his vacation to sign. Check out Congrrss for up congress.gov. Okay. I was getting kind of hot under the collar. I said, wait a minute, they're talking about all these 50 bills he signed. What about our bill? What about ours? But okay, I'm gonna settle down. Thank you, Too Busy Secretary. Thank you. I'm calming down. I just want him to get this thing signed and done. I don't want any snafus. I've been waiting too long for this. And so have many people been waiting even longer. Shyla says, I buy a ticket when it gets to $1 billion and I can give you money, Carol, for the tiny home village. Shyla, thank you. Thank you. You can have a spot in that village. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I keep saying goodbye, but it's so hard to say goodbye. This is the last time I'm going to be talking to you this year. I will be talking to you again next year in 2025. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. I made it. Oh, not quite. Let me knock on wood. I hope to make it till 2025. I hope to make it a lot longer to see Jessica fully independent and thriving on her own without needing any help from me. I asked, when I adopted Jessica, I said, Lord, please, I was 50. I said, please let me just live long enough to see this child to adulthood. Now, after I found out she's on the spectrum, I'm saying, Lord, please just let me live long enough to see her be fully functioning independently as an adult. And I know that she's safe without me as a backup. Just let me see that, Lord. And each time it's like I'm asking him a little more, a little more, a little more, but hopefully that's what he will grant me. Maggie says, remember when Biden was a senator and he whispered to the audience, we're going to have to cut Social Security? Ooh, well, no, I don't remember that. And I'm la da da la da la da la. I'm pretending not to know. I guess I'm like a lot of people in denial, but we'll see. We'll see what happens this year. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Oh, you're from Cottonwood, California, Shasta County. I just saw Peter, what's his name? He does all these interviews around the country. I love his channel. He just did a thing on Shasta County. A video aired this morning on Shasta County. That's a beautiful, beautiful place. But all right, anyone who's your first time in the house, would you do a number 1 so that I can acknowledge you and we can, how we are, Glowbies like to say hello to our newbies. So would you say number 1 so I can say hello? Oh yeah, no, Donald. In North Carolina, you have to come forward so everyone knows that you win. That is crazy. That should not. They should, if they make you come forward, they should be able to cover up your face and your name so no one knows who you are. That's terrible. They're putting a bullseye on your back. That's horrible. That is horrible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Vaughn, that puts a bullseye on them. Uh Wow, you won $100 on one ticket. That is very cool, Charlotte. I'm so happy. 353 million after taxes. Oh, I'll I'll take that. I'll take 3 million after taxes. Heck, I'll take 1 million. Mara said it's so sad that so many losers to make that big. Yeah, well, everyone, hopefully there weren't people going and spending their rent money. If you just do it for entertainment, $1 here, $1 there, I don't think it's harmful. It's when you're addicted and you're going in spending 50, 100, $200 and can't pay your rent. Now that's a problem. That's a problem. I know a lot of people would be a snowbird, Maggie, if they won the lottery. All right, I'm trying to get down to. I know I'm going to miss a lot of comments. I'm sorry. Maggie says if you drive and don't take the ferry, you miss the whole southeast coast. Well, I'll have to talk to you, Maggie, and get some advice because I was thinking about taking the ferry on the way up and then driving all the way back down. I don't know. I'll see. I don't know if I felt like driving the whole way. Hey, Kuliana. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Lisa, you made it in the house. All right. I'm trying to see anyone number 1. Someone says Lee. See, cool. Hey, Cool Lee. Hello, Cool Lee. How are you? I think you're number 1 first time in the house. Hey, Donna, you're there with, I think you and Lindy are camping together. Hello. Okay. Hey, Lindy, I was just talking about you. All right. Any number ones that want to be acknowledged? I'm going down, going down, going down. Everyone's saying hello. I know I'm missing. Hey, Wesley Briggs. Hey, Wesley Briggs. How are you? One of my members. Hello, hello. Says, I remember when we were young, all we needed if misbehaving was that look. You got that right. All my mom would have to do, she could be across the room and and we'd straighten up in a hurry. But we usually weren't behaving in a way when my mom was there that we needed that look. You know, it would be if we were maybe arguing among ourselves, but we weren't running around jumping up and acting crazy. But yeah, she just gave us that look that said, you know what's going to happen when you get home if you don't straighten up. And we knew, boy, oh boy, did we know. Thank you, Carlene. I'm trying to see. I don't see any ones. I'm so behind on comments. I know. And I know I'm missing some of you, but come back. Hey, Robert. Hello, hello. First time. So here's Robert. Robert is a first time number one in the house. Hello. Oh, Cindy Lou. I think you may be the first time. Matt F., are you the first time? You're in Kentucky? You guys, did you put number one so I can acknowledge you? But say hello to our first timers in the house, everyone. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. I agree, Patty. A lot of retired people are going to be losing their homes or having to sell them because of taxes and insurance. It's sad. It's very sad. Homes that they've worked their whole lives to pay off. And now, hey, Rev 1911. Hello, hello. All right. Uh, Graham. Uh, Hello, hello, hello. I know that's the truth, Donald. See Levi graduate high school. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'd like to walk Jessica down the aisle if she wants to get married. Or I want to have Donald walk her down the aisle. Donald and my older brother Michael walk her down the aisle. Okay. Jersey Gypsy, number one. Welcome, everyone. You know how we go. Say hello to Jersey Gypsy. Hi, Jomi's one seed goal. Matt F., I thought you were first time, Matt. Welcome, welcome. Georgia Swangan, welcome in the house. Miss Faraci, Miss Faraci. I don't have my glasses on. I should have them, but it looks like Miss Farako. Welcome in the house. First time. Robert, I thought you were a first timer. Robert, welcome. We have a lot of newbies to our Glow family. Welcome you all. We're so happy. Glowbies, say hello and welcome all of our newbies. Jersey Gypsy, hello. Little Mommy 848. Oh my goodness, Little Mommy 48. Oh my goodness, look at all these. Dreamstrix. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. All you newbies, welcome. I am so happy. Join us next time. You're part of our community. Come back so we can love on you and welcome you. Anyone has a YouTube channel, hurry up, quick, put a C for content creator so I can shout you out real quick. The person who I interviewed, Bridget, may be starting a channel, so I'm going to shout her out when she does, but she doesn't have it together yet. But anyone I know Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure is a channel. Lisa from Outdoor Travels is a channel. Tim from Mobang for Your Bucks is a channel. Nora, drop your link, Nora, and could my moderators drop your links? Nora has a fabulous Nora Keg over at Etsy. She has an Etsy account that thank you, Robert. Thank you. There you are, Mobang for Your Bucks. Judy Ziegler has a channel. Boomer in the Burbs. Miss Farako has a channel. There's Nora's link to her store over on Etsy. And anyone else want to drop your link so we can everyone go over and show these channels some love because we support each other. Little Mommy 48. Miss Net dropped the link. Thank you, Miss Net. Thank you. All right, folks. Oh, I love each and every one of you. I can't say it enough. I know I've said it already, but I cannot say it enough. And I will see you next year. Is that crazy? Next year. I'll see you next year. Go check out the video that's up today, and love you. And woohoo! For those of us who are finally getting our Social Security, we should have been getting all along. I'm getting mine, but it's reduced down to a pittance. And now finally I may get what I have earned. All right, you guys. All right. Okay. Mo Banks is kind of a channel. All right. Okay, guys. Happy New Year. Yes, Eliza. Happy New Year to all of you. All right. And I will see you later. I'm going to try and end this and go check on my girl and her